Hello students, I am Dr. Mamta Gautam from ABES Engineering College Ghaziabad. Today I am going to discuss Unit 4, Fuel and Combustion. In this lecture, we will cover introduction of fuel, classification of fuel, what are the characteristics of a good fuel, calorific value, units of heat, and types of calorific value. Firstly, I'm going to discuss fuel. As you know all, fuel is a combustible substance which on proper burning in air produces large amount of heat. This heat can be used economically for domestic and industrial purposes. That is called as fuel. Fuel react with oxygen, gives combustion product and release of heat. This heat can be used for domestic and industrial purposes. Fuel, in fuel, carbon is the main constituents. Fuel may be contain hydrogens. Carbon and hydrogen react with oxygen and it will give combustible product, that is CO2 and H2O. Fuel can be classified into two types on the basis of occurrence and on the basis of physical state. Firstly, now I'm going to discuss on the basis of occurrence. They are of two types. Number one, natural fuel, that is called as primary fuel. And second is artificial fuel, that is called as secondary fuel. Natural fuel means they are naturally present in the environment, that is called as naturally, or we can say primary fuel, like coal, wood, peat, crude oil, natural gases. And second is artificial fuel. Artificial fuel means they are man-made, or we can say they are prepared with the help of natural fuel. That is called as artificial or secondary fuel. Coke, charcoal, kerosene oil, diesel. Now, second is on the basis of physical state. We can classify it into three types: solid fuel, liquid fuel, and third one is gaseous fuel. Solid fuel means coal, coke, lignite. Liquid fuel means crude oil, LPG, and gaseous fuel means water gas, coal gas. These are the classification of fuel on the basis of occurrence and on the basis of physical state. Now I'm going to discuss the characteristics of good fuel. What are the properties of good fuel? These are high calorific value, moderate ignition temperature, easily available, low moisture content, byproduct low, safe, easy storage and transportation, and high efficiency. Now coming to the definition of calorific value. Total amount of heat liberated when unit mass or unit volume. Total amount of heat liberated when unit mass or unit volume of a fuel is burnt completely called as calorific calorific value of a fuel. For a good fuel, calorific value should be high. अच्छे फ्यूल के लिए कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू कार्बन की परसेंटेज हाई होनी चाहिए. That is called as calorific value. Now coming to the units of heat. These are calorie, kilocalorie, British thermal unit, centigrade heat unit. It means calorie means amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree centigrade. That is called as calorie. This is the unit of heat. We can calculate the heat in this unit. We can measure the heat by this unit, calorie. Amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree centigrade. Kilocalorie, amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water through 1 degree centigrade. That is called as kilocalorie. 1 calorie is equal 4.18 joule, which is equal to 4.18 into 10 to the power 7 ergs. Similarly, as kilocalorie, amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water through 1 degree centigrade. 1 kilocalorie is equal 1000 calorie. Now, third is British thermal unit. British thermal unit, amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree Fahrenheit. 1 degree Fahrenheit. Amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree Fahrenheit. 1 kilocalorie is equal 252 calorie. 1 British thermal unit, which is equal to 252 calorie. 252 calorie, which is equal to 0.252 kilocalorie. 1 kilocalorie is equal 3.968 British thermal unit. Centigrade heat unit, amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree centigrade. 1 pound of water, through 1 degree centigrade. That is the centigrade heat unit. Interrelationship in these units, 1 kilocalorie is equal 3.968 British thermal unit, which is equal to 2.2 centigrade heat unit. These are the units of heat. Now, I'm going to discuss types of calorific value. Two types of calorific value. One is high calorific value and second is low calorific value. High calorific value means total amount of heat liberated total amount of heat liberated when unit mass or unit volume of a fuel is completely burned in excess supply of oxygen, and combustible products are allowed to cool at room temperature. That is called as higher calorific value. It is also called as GCV. GCV means gross calorific value. Fuel contains hydrogen. After combustion, hydrogen gives water vapors. That is called as steam. H2 plus half O2, it will give H2O. 2 gram hydrogen produces 18 gram of water. 1 gram hydrogen produces 9 gram of water. Or we can say 1 part by weight of hydrogen gives 9 part by weight of water. LCV is equal HCV minus latent heat of water vapors formed. This is the GCV, or we can say high calorific value. GCV means gross calorific value. Now coming to the lower calorific value, that is called as NCV. NCV means net calorific value. Total amount of heat liberated when unit mass or unit volume of a fuel is burnt completely in excess supply of oxygen, and combustible products are allowed to escape in the environment. It means hot combustion gases escaped हो जाती हैं environment में. That is called as net calorific value, or we can say lower calorific value. And formula is LCV is equal HCV minus weight of hydrogen into 9 into latent heat of steam. If hydrogen is present in the percentage hydrogen, then formula is LCV is equal HCV minus 9 upon 100 into latent heat 587 calorie per gram. That is the latent heat of steam. 587 calorie per gram. LCV, or we can write NCV, HCV, or we can say GCV minus 0.09H into latent heat 587 calorie per gram. By this formula, we can calculate the lower calorific value of fuel. These are the references. Thank you.